Hello everyone. Welcome to Trop-cast episode 38. We've got a jam-packed show to you, some massive announcement. But first, I am your host, Ronan Fox. I'm with me with the gang here. Oh, nearly slipped there. Paddy Toner, what's happening, Paddy?
I can't escape from Tarkov. Let's go anyway. What's the crack?
What's happening? We're going to be the whole show is going to be a Tarkov special, isn't that that's the announcement?
Yeah, that's it. That's all we do now. I'm sure he's all know.
John Fogarty, what's happening, my friend?
Tarkov. I got him hooked. I've gotten two now. I just need Pat to join us, and we're golden.
And that is Pat Curley. What's happening, Pat?
Not too much. Yourselves?
Not playing Tarkov, no?
No, my laptop would
Eject
explode.
from the call. You's all doing well, lads?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Over to yourself.
So, without giving too much away, I just want to tell everyone that tonight we are exclusively launching Insomnia Summer Giveaway with your chance to win some amazing prizes with the lead up to that event. Stay tuned to find out exactly how you're going to win those. But first of all, we're going to go and do what we always do. We're going to go to the What We're Playing section, and I'm going to throw this one to Pat first, because I think myself, Paddy and John are going to be talking about one single game.
Fortnite.
Pat, what have you been playing? Make it quick.
Right, well,
I'm only messing.
I finally finished up on Bloodborne and platinumed the whole thing, so I'm pulling it away for a wee while because it's just too addictive of a game.
You hit the platinum, did you?
I hit the platinum.
Wow.
Nice.
Give you that, man.
Totally worth it. Totally
Nice.
worth it. Fantastic game.
What's Bloodborne?
But
I've never heard that mentioned on this show before.
I never heard before either. It's like Fortnite. Never talk about it.
And I've also been playing a bit of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2.
Nice.
Wow.
A really fun, old school game.
What? Is that a
crashes quite a
remaster,
lot.
or tell me about Need for Speed, because that's a game that I haven't heard of in a long time.
That's the one there I'm playing at the moment.
Okay, PS2. I believe that was it on PC
PS2.
as well?
I believe it was, yeah, but a phenomenal game. My favorite Need for Speed by far. Like, it's just so much fun, and the tracks are like, I haven't played it in years. Went in and I could remember all the shortcuts and everything. It's just
And is that the one?
fantastic arcade racer.
Is that the one that dials back on the story mode elements and just gives you cop versus robber type of thing, or is there a story mode?
There's no real story to it. You basically have like your championship, which is you're the racer on the road and you try to win races and do time trials and don't get taken out by the cops. And then you have your other part, which is you're the actual cop and you take out the racers. It's a really fun mechanic overall, and it sort of brought a fresh look for racing games to me when I was a child, because usually it was just everyone against each other in one single race.
Yeah.
Right. And are you going to get is there a platinum for that thing?
Unfortunately, no platinums for PS2.
No platinum back
Aw.
then. Okay. Boo. Jack has turned off the podcast. So anything else, Pat, or is that that's it?
Well, Red Dead Redemption 2, I've stuck a bit into it, but
Nice.
yeah,
For the first time?
hopefully this is my second time. I started the originally, and you know, like how the opening is very slow paced.
It's all very slow paced. Don't think it speeds
I
up
know,
at any
but-
stage in that game. It's a slow paced game.
But I put it away then for a wee while, and I just went back to it there again, and I've just really just got off the mountain at the moment. So interested to see where it goes.
It's a great game. It's a savage game.
It's fantastic. If it suits your style, like if you're that style of player that can really just dial back and get into the character and really just slow yourself down, because it's not a game where you go in and you do loads of things in one sitting. Like, you really have to take your time in that game. And it is, a lot of people find that boring in a sense, but I suppose the game that we're going to talk about next really shows the games that I'm into. I'm into the full-on simulator games, and we're going to be talking a little bit about Escape from Tarkov. So I'm going to throw it to Paddy first and let him describe the experiences that we're having.
Well, the experiences lately is me and John and Kim and the Alpha himself going into Tarkov and running around and pretending that we're army generals and basically trying to shoot people.
No pretending about it.
No pretending about it. Losing all our gear, John crying, saying he's going to use a pistol. I'm using a pistol this time, Paddy. I was like, all right, John, relax. Use your pistol. Use your pistol. And then we go in and I'm like, I've got the shot lined up, and then Ronan shoots him.
Usually I get like 10 kills per game, and then I get shot just as the extraction point.
That has to be the worst one. I've had a couple of solo runs myself, and that's the worst thing is when you get loads of loot and you're going well, and next thing you see the extraction, you're looking at your map for half an hour trying to figure out how to get there, and then you get out to your extraction and someone shoots you, takes all your gear, and you cry. It's a very good game. It's a very, very hardcore game. If you're into your hardcore simulating shooters, it's definitely for you. It's unreal. The community in it is very good. I've been trying to look up on streamers and stuff, and they're very good. They're unreal. The skills that's in that game involved, and so I'm looking forward to getting better and better at it. There's a couple of funny bits and stories that John had me recorded today trying to shoot at a scav, which was right next to my face, and I could not hit him. I couldn't hit him to save myself. It's an unreal game. It's very good. If you had a crew to play it all the time, it's very fun. It's definitely a lot more fun with someone along with you.
Yeah,
having to have the crack with, and then we were using the Discord chat to see each other's screens, which was very fun. I know John's completely hooked, and I think Ronan's nearly on his way as well to be completely hooked with it too.
Yeah, and you mentioned something really cool there, that the first time we use Discord in that sense has been Escape from Tarkov, because when you die, you get kicked out and you can't see the other player, you can't see your teammate. So it is great that you have the option to go in and look at your teammate.
Yeah.
It's kind of like most of the time as well, a lot of the games is trying to figure out who's which and who's not. Is that you? Is that you? No, it's not me. Oh, Jesus. No, it's Ronan. Shoot him. There's no HUD. I wish there was a HUD because I like to shoot my own teammates.
Well, you can turn on a little bit of HUD.
I shoot my own teammates when I can see them. Never mind if I can't see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that I would add to it, and I would leave the HUD. I love the HUD, but yeah, exactly. I'd add a compass, just so, because a compass is something, I find that game so realistic in every sense. It would be realistic to have a compass and to say, okay, north of the map. And I know that's probably making it a little bit easy mode if you say head north and we'll meet, say, at the end of the map, north side.
I don't think that's easy mode though. That's very much realistic. You're not going to walk.
It is realistic.
No one's going to walk out to the middle of nowhere with no compass and not have a direction. Which way are you going? I don't know. Look at the stars. Like you're going to have to, you have to do something to get you home.
Like
that makes sense.
I'll be honest with you guys. If this year continues the way it is, Escape from Tarkov will be my game of the year, hands down. Just for it's been the most original experience that I've had in a very very long time.
It's had a good few years though, isn't it?
Yeah, it has been in beta since about 2016, I think.
Is it? That's what I was thinking. It's had a lot of patches. I think this is like the 12th one, isn't it?
But I think but we only found it this year, so it can be our game of the year.
It can be our game of the year, yeah.
Exactly.
John, do you want to jump in and tell us about your experiences?
Yeah, well, I've been talking about Tarkov now for a few weeks. I'm glad that I'm slowly indoctrinating everyone into this game and getting them to get it. But no, like you've pretty much said it. Like another good thing about the Discord, watching each other's screens, is just knowing where, as you say, knowing where everybody is, and especially when you go to a map, like we're starting to do factory and stuff, and just looking at someone's screen and being like, okay, so I have an idea of where you are, without having to like call out where you are. You can actually see where they are, so that's very handy. But no, I listen. I since I got it, probably nearly 4 or 5 weeks ago now. I haven't really played anything else. It's some people have these games that they get addicted to. I wouldn't say addicted might be a strong word, but it's like I knew people who were like pure addicted to WoW, and I knew people that were addicted to Overwatch. And I had kind of like that with games because I'm more of a single player game type of person. So I'd get into a game and I'd love it, like Red Dead Redemption 2, as Pat mentioned earlier. And like I wouldn't play anything else until that game was finished. So I was a bit like that, but this is the first like open-ended, no actual ending to the game that I've been addicted to.
John. They can get you.
So I really do love it. I love the shooting. I love the fear. I love the fear of losing what you have. I love the sheer elation of getting new stuff. I just love that. There was one round where I was watching Paddy on the Discord, and he picked up a Rolex, which is like a really expensive item, like really rare. And Paddy's like, "Oh, a Rolex," and then I started going nuts. I was like, "Oh my god, a Rolex!"
Trust me, John. If it was real life, I'd be like, "Holy shit!"
That's the way I am with the loot in that game. I get really overexcited, and I love picking up something new. But
Bitcoin,
then you automatically have.
He was sick the other day. He's like, "Paddy, you go open that there. Or you could open the safe there." And I was like, "Oh, thanks, John. I opened it."
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
It was a key. It was a key to a room that only I had the key for. So I was like, "Listen, I can open up this door anytime I want. I let the lads in and loot." So I opened it up, and I've never seen a Bitcoin in that safe. I'm never going to see it again. I opened it up, Paddy, you look at that safe there. Ooh, a Bitcoin. I was like, "Oh,
so just to kind of fill everyone in, over on Facebook, Kim said a Compass is coming in 12.5. So I think he said that to us actually the other night, which I think is a cool addition, and I think everyone is shouting out for it. But I suppose I'll give my, like, I was the last couple of weeks I was like, oh, I'll get it next week, and I actually played it before, but it didn't really grab me the way it did this time around. And this time, when you play a game, sometimes a game comes around every so often, and it's rare when it comes around, but it takes over your life. You know, it's all you think about it. Like every little chance you get, you don't look at Facebook, you look at the maps in Tarkov and try and learn them and try and figure them out. And I love that aspect of the game because you can experience the game when you're not even playing. You can get better at the game when you're not even playing. I think that's what makes Tarkov so amazing, is just the fact that there's so many elements to it. There's the loot system, which is amazing. There's trying to organize your stash, which I said it to the guys, I'm heading off now, and we stopped the stream last night, and for another half an hour I was organizing my inventory and trying to get more space out of it. It's a game like John.
I print out all the maps. I'm printing the maps out.
You have them all on your wall. Like.
I'm going to be them all over the place. This is where we're going, lads. I'm gonna put them all in what do you call it, all squares. I'm gonna go to A3, and that's where you're gonna go instead of telling you where.
You'll have the compass, you know, when you put it down on the map, and you'll be able to know where we're going. Like.
Or I just jump in. I'm in the map with train on it.
It's a life-size map, and you're standing in the middle.
All right, lads, left. Wait, no, other left.
It's top class. I mean, and I do want to shout out, he's not here, but he is the fourth member of the crew, is Kim. I mean, he has been, he came on and gave me $1 million, and I didn't really, do you know, when like currency doesn't mean anything at the start of the game, but now that I know the game inside out, $1 million is an awful lot of money in that game.
Oh yeah, well, good. It is for us. And not the last time I was talking to Kim, one of the times I was talking to Kim, I was like, "How are you getting on in Tarkov?" He said, "Oh, I had a pretty alright day. I just made 8 million doing shoreline all day." I was just like, "Okay, 8 million."
So just to fill people in, I suppose, there is 2 modes in Escape from Tarkov. You can go in as a scav, which is a randomly generated computer character, and you can jump into a map, and the other computer characters on the map are actually with you. The only ones that are against you are the player characters, so it's a little bit easier, and it's a good way to build up loot. And then there's another mode where you can actually set up your character with the guns that you've looted, and you jump in and everyone's against you basically, apart from obviously your team. You jump in, if you get shot, you lose everything. Now there is, I suppose, the insurance system, but I don't want to get too complicated, like, because it's a super complicated game. Like, you can insure stuff. If that stuff is left behind, you'll get it back. If somebody takes it, it's gone forever, regardless whether it's insured or not. The game is amazing. I could talk about it all night. I think it's honestly
very hardcore.
It's hardcore. Like, it doesn't take any prisoners. It doesn't care about you in the slightest. And I think not enough games are like this at the moment, and like I said, every so often a game comes around like this that just takes over, and this is the one for me this year. Really, it's
to be fair, if a games company was going to make a games like this, they'd have to put all their focus on that game. There would be no other game that they could be making at the same time as it, because there's so much they have to keep up with. The details in the maps as well. Like every map is massive, and they all have little details and everything, little bits and bobs, and it's unbelievable the amount of time and effort they put into the game. I suppose there's been 12 patches, and it's going to get there in the end. But it's a very good game. Once it hits the mainstream, like it's not very big at the minute, but once it gets there, it's going to be massive.
And it runs very solid as well. I actually mentioned the other night on stream that it is amazing to play on keyboard and mouse. It doesn't feel like it's fighting against you. It just feels like you are in like so much. You have so much control, and I am just like the reason why this podcast.
Keyboard and mouse.
What's that?
As a person that doesn't play keyboard and mouse, it's hard.
Yeah.
But I was the same, Paddy, and because I've put so much time into Tarkov. That I don't even. I'm at the point where I'm still a little bit finicky with a few things, but I don't feel like I'm playing with keyboard anymore. I feel like it's just normal.
Yeah, I'm grand when I'm walking around and nothing's happening, but when someone starts shooting at me, it's like, which one's the crouch button?
That'll come, dude. Though, like it is difficult, and fair play to you. You're continuing to do it, and you're doing it in a very tough game. So fair play to you. It's we're going to continue to play it anyway. The reason why this podcast was late, but it was earlier than usual, is because we're actually going to be going and streaming right after this podcast. So it's going to be a night of gaming, and Tarkov is going to follow. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to go on to news. It's going to be very quick because we're going to go on to Tarkov in the next 10 minutes. So the first piece of news, unless you've been playing something else, I haven't personally. Paddy, bit of Fortnite.
Yeah, as usual.
You jumped on?
Yeah, I've been playing Fortnite as always. I'm never going to give that up. That's my crack.
Are you on PC or are you on PlayStation?
I've been on both, but I'm having trouble with my sensitivity on my mic my sensitivity on my controller with PC. I can't figure it out. It feels like I'm dragging a bus. I've tried all different sensitivities. There's something I'm doing wrong. I'm going to try and figure it out, but there is a big difference in PC and PlayStation. But I think it's something to do with I have to get a new monitor. There's all the, you know what PCs are like. Everything seems to.
Everything makes a difference.
Everything counteracts each other.
What sort of monitor are you running?
I'm not running. I'm just running my TV at the minute. Yeah, so I have to. I just get one of them 144 gigahertz freaking monitors. Hertz. So hopefully that makes a difference, and we'll bring it up. But the Fortnite World Cup is starting. I think it's next week. Is it 26th? Or 27th, so it's 10 days from now. What's it be on the 16th? I'm looking forward to watching that. 18th. That's good. The 18th. It's the 18th.
Is our boy there?
Yeah, he's going to be there. Yeah, we'll have to. I want to really hit him up for an interview before he goes to it. I'm going to try.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Lol Boom, yeah, it'd be good. Yeah. I wish him all the luck. Wish all the best. It's going to be great to watch.
Shout out to Lol Boom. Hopefully there's not even hoping. The guy is a beast, but hopefully he gets the crown.
Yeah, it'd be hard. It's a very, very hard game to be unbelievable. Even all the top streamers are not in it. Like if any of them that it's very all the underground names that I don't really know are at the top.
My man qualified, didn't he? Tifu
didn't qualify, no.
Did he not? No, I thought he did.
No,
sorry,
he didn't qualify.
And do you find is it all youth, Paddy, or what way is it going with?
It's a lot of young lads. Yeah, very young people.
Like he's 16, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 16. Yeah, he's 16. He's unbelievable at the game. I think it's like 50 grand for qualifying. I think he's made like 57,000 euros from that game, and he's 16 years of age. So
time to get Nate out of school.
100% time to get Nate out of school. There's so much more. If you think about it now, the esports scene is really picking up at the minute, and the money's really coming into it. Mersey's after saying in the chat there, 24 years of age is the oldest person to qualify for the World Cup. So that shows you it's the reaction times of the younger people that's doing it. Yeah. So there's they're thinking quicker, and they're able to hit. I can see it myself when I'm playing and I play with the younger people that they're way quicker at shooting than I am. And it just shows you. But I was trying to say that the esports scene, imagine what the money's going to be like in 10, 15 years. It's going to be massive. It's going to be as much as like football competitions and everything like that there for people.
Yeah.
And it's good to see, I suppose. It's good to see it. I suppose there's that many people watching it. It's another form of entertainment. The money's there, so why not? Let them at it. and bring all your children out of school. You've heard it here from the Republican players. Just do it. And if you're watching and you're 15, tell your mama you're leaving school.
Call Paddy Toner up because he's starting a Fortnite team.
Management, you heard it here first.
So we'll go on to news, guys. PC passes PS4 to become Ubisoft's top revenue generator. Ubisoft reported higher than expected performance in its first quarter financial report for fiscal year 2019 to 2020, led notably by Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Rainbow Six Siege and player recurrent investment. Also notably leading the way in terms of platforms is the PC, which accounted for 34% of Ubisoft's net booking for the quarter. Does that surprise anyone, or is that kind of the way it's going?
Yes. Surprised me a tiny bit because just because it's Ubisoft and it's PC, who famously a few years ago would not have had the best relationship with PC players. They used to always have a relationship for being bad ports over the PC.
Uplay was garbage.
They had the whole Watch Dogs debacle where they had the graphics locked behind like code. It was actually the original Watch Dogs. They had the code on the game, but they had it locked because they wanted to keep it on par with the console versions. But then some guy went into the code and unlocked the proper graphics, and we're like, "This is annoying. Why would you do this?"
Okay.
But yeah, they didn't. A few years ago, they didn't have the greatest name with PC players, and as you said, with Uplay as well. So it surprises me when I saw it, but I suppose they might have got their act together. Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose if they were getting such bad press, they probably said we have to shift this over and we have to focus. There's probably focusing a lot on PC players. You never know what the advertisement is like. It could be pushing mostly to PC to give themselves that more of a market share. Like the Rainbow Six Siege is an unbelievable game. Assassin's Creed it's everywhere. Every time I look, somebody's playing it. Like everybody loves them games.
Wildlands, Ghost Recon Wildlands, we're going to be talking a little bit about later on. The Division. I mean, what I love about Ubisoft is they have so many different games that somebody will like, something that they bring out. And what I also love about them is they continue to support their games even after release. Like they might release a game that people will complain about, but they continue to support it. They have a huge presence here in Ireland as well, which is also great to see. Yep. And supported us for the last couple of years as well with a couple of reviews, and we're on the press pass there as well for the press pass for them as well. So thanks to Ray, shout out to that guy, marketing and genius for the Republic of Players. But I personally love them. In terms of PC, that surprised me as well, because their games, like anyone that likes them, the Assassin's Creed, I always thought that they were massive on console rather than PC, but they actually released an Assassin's Creed game when the Notre Dame Cathedral was burnt, caught fire. What one was that? The Unity was it? Yeah, so they released that for free, and I played that on PC, and it ran very good. Like the graphics were gorgeous on it, so it's great to see Ubisoft doing so well, because I think they deserve it. And I know they release games that people mightn't like at the start, but I think they have just such a wide variety of games, and plus they do the originals like Child of Light, which Pat has reviewed, and some amazing games like that. So fair play to Ubisoft, and hopefully continue to be successful in this heavy, tough market. So fair play to them. Next on
it there.
Yeah, go for it, Pat.
There was one game I think that's brought in a lot for their on the PC end. It's like something 1800, and it's a purely PC game, and they said that's been doing really well.
Is it Battle On or Battle something?
Battleborn.
Something 1800 anyway. I just can't remember the first name.
It's definitely Battle something 1800, but I can't remember.
But apparently that's the big game for them on PC at the moment. That's doing them really well, and probably rightfully so. Like I've seen it going about as well, so obviously it has a bit of a following. But obviously it's doing much better than I thought.
Yeah, I'd say it is. I think it's on the way up, that game.
I know 1800, is that it? That's a...
There you go.
Yes, City Builder, yeah.
Yeah, it's a City Builder.
Yeah.
Nice one. It's always good to have those games coming through. I think, wasn't that on PC or on PlayStation as well? I could be wrong, but I thought it was on PC as well.
I've no idea.
So next on the news here, we have a new world record speedrunner, Jack step up to the Jack, you'll be there before too long. But we have a new world record in speedrunning. A speedrunner called Torja Amundsen has set a new record in Nintendo's game Zelda Ocarina of Time and has done it in exactly 16 minutes and 58 seconds, making it a world record. Any of you guys, any interest? Again, the teleprompter. Do any of you guys have any interest in speedrunning? And we don't have our main speedrunner here, Jack. But yeah. I'll be honest with you, in terms of speedrunning, I wouldn't have too much interest. I do think it's an amazing thing, but Zelda Ocarina of Time is still hands down one of the best games ever developed.
I'd be honest, if I went to put on Zelda Ocarina of Time, I'd be looking around for 17 minutes. I don't know how this man. I'd be like, where do I go? What do I do? Who am I talking to? Oh, look, there's a nice person over there. What are you doing here? I'm not doing that much. I want to I've never tried to speed run any game ever. I don't like. Have any of you tried to do anything in under a certain amount of time or anything?
No, I've never.
Get out of Tarkov in a certain amount of time. Yeah. That's what I
I've landed in Tarkov. I have to get out of Tarkov. That's
the height for me. Probably would have been doing like the actual time trials in like Crash Bandicoot back in the day, which isn't speedrunning. It's just doing a level quickly. That's as quick as I can go. Yeah. But I do love watching. I do watch a bit of speedrunning, especially like amazing games done quick and stuff. And I do watch a bit. There's some of them I watch them for how good they are, and there's a legendary one you should look it up. The Snake Eater speedrun, where my man absolutely messes it up the whole time, and there's a compilation of it, and it's so funny. It's hilarious. He's doing like in front of a crowd, and like he's like, we're here to set the record, and he keeps messing up, and it's one of the funniest things you're ever going to watch.
The only time I ever tune to them, if I see them on Twitch or something, you know, when they do big charity events or something, they do a really weird game you've never heard of, and they start doing speedrunning, and it's usually they're just finding all the glitches and breaking through the glitches and getting to the next levels and stuff. They do be interesting and stuff. I just don't think I'd ever be interested in doing it myself. But I can see why people would love to do that. I suppose it's the same people that, as Jack would be, love platinums. You know, they tried to break a game bring it to play to a point where they can beat it even more than the developers wanted them to. I suppose that's the reason it brings people on.
So is amazing. It is amazing how far they go to find like just the extra few seconds, because like it's astonishing. Like sometimes you look like, oh, how are they going to do this? And then they do some crazy glitch that was never intended. Yeah, like, that's actually pretty cool. And
was there one recently found for Doom? Was that that was a good way to go? They had found a glitch that people were able to speed run it even faster. What was that? I can't remember now. Remember that, Roland? No.
No. It was
like a glitch that was found
through the wall or something.
Something like that. There was something really at the start of the game that wasn't found since the beginning of the Doom, and now they found it. I shouldn't be saying stuff and I don't know what I'm talking about. But still.
Oh yeah. No, I actually do. We talked to John Romero about it, our buddy.
Yeah.
And the reason why it wasn't found is because you actually had to jump and then get pushed through the wall, and the only way you could get pushed through the wall if your feet were off the ground, and that's why it was. I think he said it was 35 years or something that they didn't find that secret. So it was. It was amazing, lads. Just before I go on to the next piece of news, I just want to say, I know Ray is one of them, and Fergal Shannon are after sending in some stars, and they are our first stars for
thank you very much
Trop-cast on Facebook. Thank you so much. I mean, that is such a great way to support the podcast. Thank you so much, guys. That's amazing.
Thanks, guys. These are legends.
Absolutely amazing. And now that the Republic of Players main page is a gaming page, we can receive stars, and I mean, that's just class. So thank you so much. So the next piece of news is Microsoft. If you have a Microsoft account, guys, use it, because Microsoft has said that if your account has been inactive for 2 years, that they will be starting to erase them for good. The update policy comes into effect on August 30th. So I don't know whether this is fair or unfair, but I suppose if you're someone that's looking to get a username that's been taken for the last couple of years, now might be your chance that name might be back on the register. But
it's on Tubercrip.
Yeah.
Does I actually do have a Microsoft account. I bought an Xbox last year, and I got the Gold Pass for a year, and I bought PUBG, and then I never played it, and the Xbox is sitting there somewhere. And then the worst thing was it renewed this year.
So
subscription.
I paid it again. I was like, oh no.
So do you know what I will say to you, Paddy, is you need to look at Xbox Pass for PC because it is an unbelievable service. I upgraded. I had Xbox Pass for PC before E3, and there was a couple of games there. There might have been 10 games, and then after 3 came along, it was $1.99 to upgrade for the time being until my subscription runs out, and I get 100 games. And I mean, you're looking at massive games like Ori and the Blind Forest. You're looking at the new Metro game, just some amazing games, and it really is worth it for a couple of quid a month. And I think that's such a great thing that Xbox are doing, is bringing that system forward by allowing you to have access to all these games for a subscription, kind of what Google should have been doing, but Xbox seems to be ahead of the game.
Xbox, it's probably a good way to keep the numbers, what actual numbers they have that's still on the system. So if they start deleting people, they'll know exactly what their numbers are to bring to people, or to say that this is what we have this year, this is what we had last year, we're losing numbers, we're gaining numbers. And because there's a lot of people that just get the account, I suppose, when you sign up for anything, and then you forget about it. So it's a good way. I don't know if I'm not that mad about Xbox, but I did like Xbox 360, but I haven't really been mad about Xbox. The original Xbox was brilliant. The music you could put so much music on that system. It was unbelievable.
But I would assume that. I'd be with Paddy on that one. I would assume the main reason why they're doing it is just to get rid of dead accounts. Yeah. Because there's probably no other way of doing it. So they're like, listen, they're probably looking at their statistics, as Paddy was saying. They're like, right, we don't know which of these accounts. This guy's been inactive for 3 years. Is he going to come back? We don't know. So they had to make some sort of cut-off point of like, right, we need to get rid of dead accounts, because there's a lot of that even happening on like YouTube and stuff. So there's a lot of dead accounts. And they do a purge every so often of ones that I don't know what their rule criteria is, but like I remember it's like you'll have famous YouTubers having videos. I lost, like, lads who have like millions of subscribers. They're like, I lost 35 subscribers in one day, and it's because that was the day that YouTube deleted a load of dead accounts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so show me your boobies 98. Fucking lost his.
Loves to spooge 55.
That guy's a legend, by the way. Great man. Don't let his name.
What are you talking about? So that was me. I lost my account, and that's why he lost that sub that day.
But no, I understand. I understand why they're doing it, and I use my Microsoft account, so it doesn't bother me. So I'm not too mad at it about it anyway.
No. Have you ever owned an Xbox, Pat?
No. No. The only thing I've ever actually owned is, like, apart from Sony's PlayStations, is the Mega Drive, and like I had the Wii, and sure, all of Nintendo's handhelds, because they're just wonderful little consoles to have on you.
Have you never owned a SNES? Have you never had a SNES? No.
Never had a SNES. No. My oldest console is a Mega Drive.
Ooh.
That's as far as I go back.
That was my first console as well, actually.
I think it was mine as well. I think I had a Sonic on it. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
But I definitely had a Super Nintendo as well. I've had loads of them since. Loved them.
So we have our first trailer of the night, guys. And this one is Ghost Recon Wildlands is getting their last and final update. And I'm going to play the trailer right now. Ubisoft have announced a free brand new game mode from Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands. It's called Mercenaries, which will be available from July 18th. Mercenaries is an 8-player free-for-all PvP VE gameplay experience. The objective is to call for rescue, locate and reach the extraction point, then be the first to board the chopper. The game mode will be available on PS4 computer entertainment system, the Xbox One family of devices, including Xbox One X and Windows PC. At the beginning of the match, the extraction point Let me just come down here on it. The extraction point is unknown and the players will have no ranged weapons, gear or items. Players will need to locate and activate radio transmitters to shrink the possible extract zone on the map. In the meantime, players will fight to be the first to gain intel on transmitter locations while looting gear. And I need to flick back. After the first player has activated 3 transmitters, the chopper will head to the extraction point, and once landed, the location will be revealed to everyone. The first player to fill their extraction gauge and board the chopper wins. So we were talking a little bit about that earlier on. We were talking about how it was similar, not the exact same, but similar to Escape from Tarkov. What do you reckon, John?
It's a little bit like the whole fact that you need to find your extraction and get out is a bit like Tarkov, but it's like Tarkov without having to get the loot a little bit, and without the gear fear, of course. I like the sound of it. Again, I wouldn't be Ghost Recon Wildlands guy. I've never played them. You talk about it all the time, and I mean in a good way. Like, and it gets me kind of interested in it. I might pick it up. See, every time I went to buy it, I've never tried to buy it on sale. And every time I tried to buy it, it was a wee bit too expensive. But I'm assuming that'll probably go down soon enough.
It was down in the last sale. It was down to 17 quid.
Oh, I should have picked it up then. But it is a game that now you would be able to tell me that this would be a reason why I didn't pick it up as well. Is it a kind of a game where you need? I know you don't need, but is it a lot better with actual real squad mates with you, or would you be able to go through the whole thing on your own and still have a great time?
Great question. So what I will say is there is a single player way to play the game, and it is fantastic. I mean, there's a great story there. You can go through it, you can take down bosses. It's ran the exact same way as, say, a Far Cry game or an Assassin's Creed, where you're taking down different areas. Some people like that, some people don't. Some people like that tick the box kind of gameplay where you're going through. What's great about Wildlands is if you go and get some intel on weapons, you can go and get some intel on weapons and you see, oh my god, I actually really like that weapon, and then you go and do a massive mission to get that weapon. You get the weapon stash, you get the weapon, and it's yours forever. Sometimes you can pick up random weapons that nobody else might have. Sometimes you get the same weapon, but there is so many weapons in that game. Each one of them fires so differently. It's very, very realistic. I absolutely love it. I think it's such a great game. Remember back when, I'm trying to think of games like that it reminded me of, like previously, the kind of the SOCOM games and the Delta Force games and
Desert Storm games.
Desert Storm, yeah. The games where you group up with a buddy and you go in, you try and take over a base. Like, that's what it feels like. You're trying to, it's very slow paced. It's kind of like Tarkov in that way, where everything is slow and methodical, and you're trying to be a team, and you're trying to you'll have one guy as sniper, another guy might play infiltration, and he'll be going around and you'll be spotting guys for him, and the guy in the ground will be taking the lads out. It's very tactical like that. The only thing I'll say to you now, John, is the fact that Tarkov is in our life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Probably not room for both.
Like, there's probably not room for both. Like, and that's just being honest with you. What I will say to you is the amount of updates that they released for this game is crazy. I mean, they brought in Splinter Cell, main character, what's his name? Ironside?
Sam Fisher.
Yeah. But they had the actual original voice actor who was very sick for a long time, and they brought him back. And they also did an amazing expansion that was the Predator, had literally the Predator in it, and you went and you hunted the Predator down and you fought the Predator, and he was tough as nails. It was brilliant. But just because Tarkov is in our life now, I'd probably say hold off until the next one comes out, which is Breakpoint. And Ray said in the chat there, was that John Bernthal? And it was, and he is a main character in the next Ghost Recon game. So
another thing about this new one that's coming out, it's more about it's kind of like a battle royale thing where you drop in with no loot at all. You don't drop in with guns, and you have to pick up the stuff. That was also said in the
it says no long range weapons. So does that mean that you do get,
I think it's a melee weapon you get to start off. You probably get a knife or something, right? And you drop it's probably one that you drop down. I think it's just it's not a lot of players, but I think there might they might develop it more into a battle royale.
I always said that this would make a really good battle royale game because there's so many different areas on the map.
I actually bought that game, Ghost. I bought it. I played it. It's not really for me.
Okay.
The only thing, what happened? What I done was I was testing it out. I got into a vehicle, and I drove from one side of a map to the other side of the map, going through trees, and it never stopped me. And when that happened, I was like, "This is not polished," and I just didn't want to play it anymore. Did you ever try and do that, Roland?
Can't say I did now. No,
it was giving me. You know the way it gives you a point to get to on the map when you're in a vehicle or something.
Okay.
And I got into the vehicle and I drove from. I literally did not put my foot on the brake on the button.
Maybe you got lucky.
And no. And I drove through all the forestry and everything, and never hit a tree. And I just went through everything like it was a bush. There was nothing there, and I was like, "How is this game like not finished?" And I felt like it wasn't finished. I'm gonna actually try and find it and do it.
How dare you say anything bad about Ghost Recon?
And then it was that's all I did. And then I got to it. It just wasn't for me. I do like them kind of games, but because I love Rainbow Six, but I suppose that's a completely different game.
It's very it is different in terms of it's open world, and I think the world is so massive that I do understand your gripe with it, that not like I think on PlayStation they're a little bit limited. On PC it's meant to be brilliant, like in terms of everything is just polished within an inch of its life, but with PlayStation I do find, because I have it for both, and it's vastly different between PC and PlayStation, but if it's like, I mean, it's not going to be for everyone, that's all I'll say. And if it's not for you, what I would say is maybe jump on with a couple of lads, jump on with me, and then we'll go and do a couple of missions and then see what it's like. Because driving from one area to another isn't where that game shines. It's infiltrating a hideout and taking out everyone silently and then grabbing all the stuff and getting out of there without anyone ever hearing you. It's kind of that Hitman style.
It was just strange for me, you know.
That's fair enough. That's
what's going on here?
So the next piece of news is Fallout 76 is in the news once again. Players say a big new patch is a big mess. Bethesda games are known for being buggy at launch, but Fallout 76 has been regularly updated. It should be getting better with time, and sure, yesterday's update makes a number of welcome changes like improving the experience for new players, but fans also say that the 11 patch seems to break just as many things as it fixes.
Sounds about right. Sounds like Bethesda anyway.
It sounds like Bethesda Online. What is going on with this thing, guys? Why are they? Is there anyone still playing that thing?
I obviously, to a certain extent, yeah. But one of the big problems I'm having with it is that like this has been broken for so long. And like even Todd Howard, who came out at one point, basically said that I knew this wasn't going to succeed, and that it would be a long road to fixing it when it came out. He basically flat out said that, saying that it's okay to basically release a game that's broken, which it's not. It shouldn't be.
Yeah,
and it's
like for such a legend like Todd Howard, he upset me a little bit because you knew that he was just saying what the guys in the background was saying. Like, he was so loved amongst the community, and everyone really gave him the benefit of the doubt, even though they were releasing games. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I adore Skyrim. I think it's absolutely amazing, and I love the Fallout games, but this felt like such a massive cash grab that I actually think it's after ruining a lot of Bethesda's staple in the gaming industry. I really think it does. I think what happens after this is going to be massively important to where Bethesda go after this. I can honestly see Bethesda not releasing another Elder Scrolls game and turning to mobile or something just to get their money back. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, they're not going to release another one anyway for a while. That won't be until next gen anyway.
Starfield, isn't that right?
Yeah, Starfield is the next one. We know next to nothing about that. They're both very far away, I'd say, because and it was a clever decision because obviously this E3 was a kind of an in-between year with Xbox releasing the fact that basically Christmas, like holiday 2020 is when the new console's coming out. So that's going to be the big E3. And since they already knew that they're either Starfield or Elder Scrolls aren't going to be out till next gen, they won't talk about them until next E3 because that's the one just before. But I don't even think Elder Scrolls is going to come out for another three years at least.
Yeah.
Starfield Starfield is the next one. I think that's at least 2 years away, a year and a half away.
And I look forward to that. I just think, I don't know, there never seemed to be much of an apology for that game. Do you know what I mean? It was always like, oh, we're going to continue to update it. And now it's coming to the stage where it looks like there's a skeleton crew working on it, and they're probably being squeezed dry, and they just, everything they fix breaks something else. And you know with game design, John, that if you fix something, it tweaks something else and maybe sends it in the opposite direction. It just feels like it's Bethesda really just throwing a skeleton crew at that and trying to hope for the best.
If you really want to get the whole saga, I would really recommend watching the video by Internet Historian. It's about 45 minutes long, but it's about everything that went wrong with Fallout 76, and it's both informative and hilarious, the amount of things that went wrong with that game.
Wow.
I like between them getting sued, between all the lies, between all the bugs, between everything. If you want to get the whole story, I highly recommend that video. But
didn't they literally give people a plastic bag on release?
Yeah, the duffel kerfuffle. Yeah, because
oh jeez.
They promised like a canvas bag. And when it came out, they basically gave him it was like really cheap plastic.
It was a GameStop bag with the Fallout symbol on the side.
Close enough. But then the worst thing was, then they gave the actual bag to influencers. So some people did actually get the bag.
Wow.
It was just the normal public didn't get it. And by the way, that's also included in that video. But they got sued for basically lying. The game. So do you know the way most Bethesda games, like even Skyrim, have a room where everything is in? And even when you kill an NPC, they'll spawn in that room.
Yeah.
Hackers found out how to get into that room on the online game and basically get all the best gear and leave and sell it for real money.
That's amazing.
They never really figured out that problem still is happening to this day. They haven't figured out how to solve it.
But who's buying these things for real money? You need to actually look at those guys and say, hey, hold on a second, lads. Like, what are you spending real money on this game for? Have you not spent enough?
Lads, some people must love it. It's like, again, like I don't know people personally, but I know
do
people online.
I actually do know people that love this game.
They defend it to, like, it's not perfect, but it's fun.
Yeah,
and I think the main thing is that I don't think it would be fun for those people if they played it on their own. I think the fun comes from playing with your friends.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%.
I believe that any game can be fun if you play it with your friends.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? It's just it's the crack you're having over the mic. But I don't know. I've never played it, so I suppose I don't really have an opinion on the gameplay, so I can't really. But I just know from looking at it and from what I've heard about it that it is for me. Like when on E3, they were like, their apology at E3 was, "We've listened. Fallout will now have NPCs."
Well done.
A Fallout game with NPCs. I've never heard about that before. It's just...
Yeah, because it was just robots or something, wasn't it? Giving you quests
and audio logs. Yeah.
Wow.
We won't fall out about it.
We won't fall out about
it.
So we're going to move on to our topic of the show, guys, and this is history in the making right here. We are actually partnering. Is that okay to say that word, Paddy? We're partnering with Insomnia Gaming Festival, and just we've got some details here. Insomnia Gaming Festival is one of the biggest gaming festivals in the world, with events that take place in the UK, Cairo and Dubai, often attracting crowds of up to 60,000 people per festival. Insomnia is now coming to Ireland, brought to Dublin by the teams behind Dublin Comic Con and Gamerfest, our friends, taking place at the RDS Dublin this November 9th and 10th. If you are a gamer in Ireland, you have to come to Insomnia Game Festival, people. This is going to be like when we say there's gaming events that come to Ireland, and we've been to a couple, and there's been some amazing festivals and amazing days and amazing events. This is the one you need to go to, because this is going to be ridiculous. It's the first time in Ireland, Paddy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Insomnia's first time in Ireland. This is what GamerCon was supposed to be. This is going to be amazing. I'm really, really looking forward to going to it. RDS is a massive, massive place to go for a gaming fest, and I cannot wait to get there. And we have our own studio zone in it, which is massive for us. I'm very, very proud that we're getting it. We're going to be interviewing all the guests that are coming, all the big Irish YouTubers, all cast Irish gamers are going to be there as always, and we're going to be with the boys presenting it on the day. I can't specify how much I'm looking forward to this. It's great for us. I'm very, very glad of it.
Like, you have to look at where we came from. Like, we built ourselves up from literally nothing, and now we're going to be getting this area in one of the biggest events in the world. We're going to have a corner with couches, we're going to have a full camera set up, we're going to have microphones, we're going to have games, we're going to have everything. And like, we are Ireland's IGN at this festival. Like, let's be honest, like we are the first people to do this in our country.
Me out now, man.
And it's going to be amazing. Like, and I mean, hats off to each and every one of you, but also hats off to Paddy. Like, you have turned around and you make these decisions kind of along the way that some people doubt you, some people think, I don't know, maybe we should do this, but you have led us to this point, and I just want to say, like, fair play to you. Like, honestly, like,
no one without the team, boys.
Like, you're the one that said, you know, let's just hold it out, and this opportunity has come along, and I mean, I can't wait. So what do we have at this event? So it's going to be an unforgettable weekend of gaming action featuring the latest games, biggest YouTube and streaming stars, and tons of entertainment. So you can just imagine the amount of YouTubers that are going to want to be at this event, especially with a country that gaming it's massive at the moment. Like, it really is. And if you see the Republic of Players absolutely booming every day with Irish members, and just, I think this is going to be crazy. And with us partnering with them, with us going to be there, we're going to be helping promote it, and we're going to be grabbing all these YouTubers, all these stars. We're going to be talking to them. Like, we have the experience now. I mean, we've talked to John Romero before, we've talked to Auntie Tinkerbell, we've talked to like a lot of big guests, and nothing that comes through that door is going to scare us. So we can't wait.
I hear even 2-0 for Gaming is coming.
2-0
for Gaming is going to be there. I reckon Paddy the Pagan is going to be there. The Alpha Fox, Pack Gone Mad.
Yeah, we're going to do. We were talking about it a bit this evening. We're going to do a special that we're going to release, not live. That we're going to go into a lot more detail on what's going on. But there's loads that's going to be at, like the retro gaming for one. That's going to be brilliant. Who doesn't like to get their hands on a Mega Drive? Says Pat, as Pat loves himself. There, I don't know what more can you say about it.
If you're into esports, there's going to be a massive esports scene there as well.
On the VR zone, that everyone loves a bit of VR. I don't know. Did you ever play? I played at the 21st stream last year when we played Resident Evil. I still can't get over that. I'm still talking about today. The realism in the VR these days is unbelievable.
Crazy.
So that is just, I don't know, I'm blown away now, and that's no word of a lie. I think when you came to me first, Paddy, and said it to me that we're actually going to be a part of this event, because we were going anyway, let's be honest. Like, we were all going to be there regardless, and to be asked to come along and to have our own section, and you know, it's because we worked so brilliantly in the past with a couple of the organisers. They've seen that the work Stuart. We put in. Yeah, exactly. Stuart, shout out to him. They've seen the work that we put in and the effort that we put into the gaming scene in Ireland. And of course they want us there. Like, we're going to promote that thing to no end, and I personally can't wait. Pat, what do you make of it? You're going to have the camera crew there lined up for us.
Overall, I think like this is a very big moment in the gaming industry for Ireland anyway. Like, this is the moment that we show that we are someplace that you want to come on and put a show on. And if this goes really well, we could be having so much more go on, and just, as you were saying, the gaming industry could really boom here, and it's already booming here. That's the thing as well. There's so much that's this brings to the table for gaming, and I am super excited to be there. I'll probably have an anxiety attack with all the amount of people being there, but you'll
be grand on the day, Pat. You'll be grand.
All I'll say to you, Pat, is it feels the exact same as what we do week in, week out. It feels like just a podcast. It feels like talking to people. Like, it's different when you talk to people that have different interests to you, but when you have the same interest as people coming through that door, regardless whether they're a massive YouTuber or just someone that's there in the day, it doesn't matter. And that's what's great about the gaming industry, is you can talk to anyone regardless of where they are in stature and have the same conversation. And that's what I love about it.
I know it's going to be. I can't wait.
So
Yeah, you're right.
we said at the start of the show that there is a summer giveaway, Insomnia summer giveaway, that is exclusive to the Republic of Players. And I'm going to bring up the image here now. So here we have our exclusive giveaway. This is a mega promotion running until August the 4th, which will officially be announced this coming Monday. Anybody who purchases a ticket prior to August 4th will be in with a chance to win one of the prizes outlined, and one of them is a meet and greet with the legendary Roger Clark, Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2. So if you get your ticket before August 4th, you could be chilling out with Alright, boy.
Buy your ticket, boys.
You can win a selection of games including Red Dead Redemption 2, Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, Spider-Man, Far Cry New Dawn, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And you can also win a pair of tickets to Dublin Comic Con August 9th and 10th. That's some prize to be given away just to get the ball rolling. Get the ball rolling to get to go to two cons. They're two brilliant cons.
Two amazing cons, and regardless of where you are in the country, you can make it to at least one of them. I would recommend being at the two, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to travel the country. Yeah. We're going to be at both of them Saturday and Sunday. We've booked it off work, boys. And there's going to be a lot of prep work done. We're going to have some guests on this podcast before we even go to any of those events, get the build up going, get the buzz going, and you can probably tell I'm very excited for this one. It's amazing stuff. So well done to us, lads. Well done.
Well done. Yeah. We will be releasing some links and stuff like that. You can buy tickets for stuff like that for Insomnia as well. Over next week.
I honestly can't wait to meet all you boys. I still haven't met you yet, like in person. No. That's something I'm excited for.
I've only met Ronan a good few times,
and I'm bigger in real life.
He's not. and neither am I. We're the 5'8" gang. that's given an inch.
You gotta give an old inch, when you can.
That's it. You gotta give an inch. Take a mile.
So,
Pat, what height are you?
6'1".
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I'm like 6. I'm like 6.5, basically.
The 6-footers, huh? Big lads. Yeah. The big lads.
Sorry, we'll have a couple. We'll have a couple of. Paddy's tiny. Crammy, you're dead. Okay, lads. It doesn't make a difference, right? I'm getting my exclusive Insomnia booster seat.
Paddy, can you order 2, please?
Diamond encrusted.
I'll have to check the budget.
Diamond encrusted.
And sure, if you go that far, you may as well get a crown.
That's it. If you want to buy a ticket for as well, make sure you check out Insomnia. I think it's .ie. I'm really sure it is. We'll have to look for that. But that's our massive exclusive.
That's amazing.
We'll be
world exclusive.
There'll be a special coming out next week for it as well, about 10 minutes long. Hopefully, 10 minutes.
Only partial nudity.
No, that's it.
And not scripted at all.
Brought to you by Insomnia. No, he's joking.
It's just like this.
This summer. Wait, no. This winter.
Sometime this year.
November, I think.
Right, lads. I think that's the end of the show. A nice way to end it. And I think we'll do our shout outs and get out of here. Where can the good folks find you, John of the Fogarty House?
Ooh, I like it. They can find me at Too Old for Gaming on both YouTube and Twitch. That's TOOOLD for gaming. All one word.
Awesome. Too old for spelling.
Pat, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me over on Twitter, where I'm Pat Gone Mad with a or at the end of the name, and you can find me around YouTube, where I post up the reviews stuff.
We're waiting for that our Bloodborne review. The
Yes.
platinum.
Oh, it's a long vast review, so it is.
Is it? We can't wait to see
Yeah.
it.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
You planned it, man, not us.
Paddy, where can the good folks find you?
You can find me in Donegal. No, I was joking. You can find. Don't come to my house.
Now that you're famous.
Shit. I'm not here, lads. Okay, if you want an autograph, send. No, I'm joking. We could find me on the Twitch. We're now streaming to Facebook all the time, which is good. We're getting a lot more numbers there, which is great.
Yeah.
And if you want to chat to me, talk to you on the community, I'd be either streaming Escape from Tarkov or Fortnite. Probably, I think I've after picking up PUBG on the PlayStation as well, so I might give that now a go as well. And that's it. And thanks to the boys, and the only way is up.
Yeah. Again, thanks to everyone, lads. We did it. We are part of the biggest gaming event in Ireland, and I can't wait. A special announcement as well. Me and John Fogarty are actually working on an original song at the moment, and
That's cool.
it's about Escape from Tarkov, and we've got like Paddy Toner is actually mentioned in it, believe it or not. So
Of course he
Oh,
is.
Jesus.
we'll send it on to you when it's done. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna release it in about 2 weeks. So we give it about 2 weeks, John.
Yeah, I was kind of busy working on coursework, but I actually got that all finished today, so I should be ready to start getting onto that.
So
Yeah.
we're going to be making an original song about Escape from Tarkov. I just want to say to everyone that has listened in, that has tuned in, it feels like we are growing in our numbers of the people that are listening, and it feels amazing. And like getting the Insomnia event, it wasn't just handed to us. We worked hard to get here, and there was ups and downs and arguments and makeups, but at the end of the day we have pulled through and made something that is just amazing. And to keep going, like we're on our 30th episode in this podcast, and it's just been, I've loved every minute of it, regardless of the good times and bad times. Mostly good. We're playing Escape from Tarkov after this, and you'll see that not only have we built such a great team, but we're all like the best of friends. You know what I mean? I probably talk to these guys more than I do a lot of my friends. You know what I mean? It really is, and that's what gaming is all about. Gaming brings people together, and I hopefully that we continue to grow and we continue to put on this amazing podcast that I enjoy doing so much. Thank you so much, everyone. This has been the Republic of Players episode 38. I am your host, Ronan Fox. From the guys Paddy, John and Pat, we are out.